And it was interesting that the police in Calgary raided all of the head shops looking for crack paraphernalia the day before they knew that Calgary Regional Health Services was going to be starting a huge crack pipe program. You know, the timing was just so. In Regina this past week, the government has decided that their needle exchange program is giving out too many needles. It's just too successful. So they're going to start limiting them, which is horrific. Yeah, I know. Thank you for that. Oh my God. Ottawa. Kind of a kooky mayor over there, like lots of stuff happening around his campaign promises. I think we're about the crack pipes, is that right, Max?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Anyway, they've been in kind of a funny spot. The Maritimes trying to do needle exchanges or harm reduction programming in places where there is no main spot.
Can I take one quick comment about Ottawa?
Yeah.
I don't know if many people in politics following, I don't know who would follow Ottawa politics in their spare time, but our mayor was up on charges of influence peddling, and he had to step down while the trial was going on. Anyway, this has been a big mess, but he was actually acquitted of the charges and is now back in his seat, and so we're getting ready for an election, and so stuff is starting to spark again, and hopefully we'll have some, someone a lot better than Barry O'Brien.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry,
It's been interesting to watch the soap opera of Ottawa city
yeah.
politics. Anyway, in the Maritimes, there's in meeting with people from the Maritimes, it's astounding to me in that they do their work by driving down country roads and dropping off needles in different mailboxes, for example, knowing that those people are going to hand them out. Like it takes a lot of creativity and a lot of ways of looking at things differently. So as students, we really want you to recognize that there's all kinds of experience and situations in all kinds of settings, and that there are some solutions sometimes in the less obvious places. Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver don't have all the answers, activities, or problems, but they are critical players in highlighting and publicizing the issues for all of us, and us, I mean all of us that are also out there. But the other communities around Canada are also doing some really amazing things. The one problem is that there's no way that we're connected. I have no, unless I run across people in certain places, I don't have a mechanism by which to meet with our groups around the country. So for Canadian students, for let's just have the water. For this group, do you really understand your privilege and power? And even by being here, you have a huge ability to affect change and to change policy. The fact that you have a place to stay and food in your belly gives you a huge amount of privilege in this country. The fact that you are sitting as a student gives you a huge amount of power. So the question is, how are you going to use that? Do you really understand how much power you have? When you are using that power, are you able to include people that have less of a voice? I'm not saying voices, because a lot of people do, but in reality, even in our team, the folks that we have on our team that are people who used to use drugs, or use drugs, people will listen to me even though I absolutely do not have the experience, personal experience. They tend to be disregarded, which is really, really sad, because they're the ones that actually have the answers. What policies do you want to change and why? And who will your policies help or hurt? Because sometimes someone may come up with a great idea and there is a consequence. So what are the consequences? I think a really brilliant example of that was some of the fight that's gone on around legalized sex trade around the world. Some places did get legalization, and in fact, it ended up hurting and further marginalizing some groups. So you just need to know those things when you're pushing for different policies. This might help me, but how is it going to hurt someone else? And are you prepared to support others? I mean, you guys have privilege and power. Can you even write a letter? Sometimes if you don't want to be there frontline, that might be helpful to you. Always include people who use drugs. Be broad in your policy development. Look at a wide variety of experience and solutions. Look for ways to connect yourselves with the local people. Sometimes what's happening in Toronto won't answer what's happening in Ottawa. You know, who are the local people that you need to connect with? And then learn those strategies from different places. I'm going to stop there. And streetworks.ca is our website, and if you want to see some of the resources that we've done, they're all on that site. So I'll just leave that there.